Aloha. I would like to share with you in this video the story of the very first time I received a huge download of information from souls as a medium. This occurred a long time ago. I was in my 20s, and so we're talking, this was probably the mid 80s. Which was a great time to be in your 20s, by the way. It was pretty wild. Um, anyway, so it was in the 80s, and I was attending a psychic development class, which was something that I did a lot. And in this particular class, I was introduced to automatic writing. Yes, where we get into our meditative state, we get grounded, centered, cleared, set up our boundaries, and with paper and pen or pencil, we begin to take down information that passes through us. And as I was sitting there, I began to feel the presence of a lot of souls. Um, I was fairly inexperienced at the time with channeled information. Okay. I was sensitive. I was definitely an empath. I was very aware of that on the earth plane, that I knew things about people, places, and things. But this was new for me to get this kind of a download of information from non physical entities or souls. So it turned out that I was downloading memories or echoes of what happened the night the Titanic went down. I get chicken skin still. Um, I heard crying and screaming and all the despair, all the shock, all the horror of what those souls that perished went through, and the souls that lived through it too, because there's not really any survivors left now. There might have been one left, or a couple left alive in the 80s. I can't really remember. I guess I could have Googled that ahead of time. But nevertheless, there I was with all the souls, and I don't even remember what I wrote on the page. I in my mind, if I close my eyes, I can see that I had written things on the page in front of me. Don't know what it was. All I know is when we came up out of that period, I was freaked out. And when they asked me what my experience had been, I was very emotional. I was really close to tears. I was trembling. I was really overwhelmed energetically and emotionally. And I wanted to flee the room. So it was the end of the class, and I wanted to get up and run out to my car, and they would not let me do that. Much to I should thank them all, because I was in distress. They had me to sit down, um, take some time out, and communicate what I could process in the moment and get me calmed down before I got in my car. So I have lived with this for the rest of my life. I've seen the movies, I've watched the documentaries, and for the most part, I understand why I received that information. I myself don't necessarily believe it's a past life recall for me. I think it was just a very, very powerful moment in human time that left a very, very deep impression energetically, a very, very loud echo out in whatever you want to call it there, out there in the other realms. So I believe that's very easy to tap into. I think other ocean going incidences can very quickly tap into that energy as well. Um, if I watch a documentary about the Titanic, it doesn't really affect me. But if I see images of artifacts, because I can sense um, the soul, the people that those artifacts belong to at one time, very easy for me to go back into the echo. Um, Nowadays, I don't let it just overcome me. I bring in information as I choose, but I also don't choose to go into that space very often because I do still find it very emotional. And it's just an echo. It's not a haunting. It's not souls that are in purgatory. It's not souls that are being punished. It's not souls that will never be set free. It is an echo of a memory of something that happened that was profound in our world. So, yes, we can connect with these things. Do we have to? No. Does it rule us? No. Remember, as a medium, the number one thing is this is a volunteer position. We choose to do this in service. We can also choose not to. But I choose to. I love it. Um, Communicating with souls is probably one of the favorite things that I do in my world. So, I hope you found this interesting. It's not exactly uplifting and joyful. I usually like to leave people feeling happy. But this is an aspect of what I do, so I thought I would share it with you. And if you have any questions, reach out, contact me, and I'm happy to try and answer questions for you. So, as always, from Maui, aloha and a hui hou.